Today's guest is one of Hawke's Bay's dopest underground producers. He is coming out with shit that nobody is matching, and I put that on our mother. Today's guest is my younger brother Robbie of 41Twenty. Welcome to Setting the Scene. This is episode 0, and today we are joined by Rob of 41Twenty. Thank you for jumping on, bro.
Yeah, man, it's fucking cool to be here.
So I'm not going to fuck around too much. I just wanted to know straight off the bat, can you tell us a bit about your creative process as a producer?
My creative process is pretty simple, you know. I like to start off with a melody or a sample kind of thing, and then I'll hear it from there, you know. I'll hear a bass line. A melody and a snare is usually where it's good to start, because then you've got your timing, you've got your metronome on your snare. That's where I like to start. It's just a nice good sample, and then I might twist it, I might pitch it down, I might pitch it up, I might just chop it up a bit. It's all about the process there. Once you've got your sample sorted out, you're like, you can take it anywhere, you know.
And do you have any people that have influenced that process at all, or what kind of producers do you look at as far as influences?
I definitely, a lot of them have influenced me, and it's something. It's quite interesting because I've grown up listening to all sorts of different kinds of music. From like when I was a teenager, you know, the big thing was dubstep and EDM. So I grew up listening to a lot of that sort of shit. So I got a lot of influence from those guys. But currently, I get a lot of production like tips and pointers just from like modern producers. You know, people like Getter, P-Lo. P-Lo's really good. Suicide Boys surprisingly has some really cool production on a lot of their songs. A lot of really cool little tricks here and there. The reason I've kind of been leaning more towards rap producers is I've found that they do it in a quite simple but digestible way. Making beats is a lot like cooking, you know? Like you have too many components on the dish and you have all these flavors going on. No one knows what to focus on. But if you got something basic like a steak and a jus and some potatoes, you know, people know what they're dealing with. People like that.
Yeah. And I've noticed that you do lean towards a heavier sound yourself, and it's probably a lot to do with the kinds of people that you listen to, but it really works for you, bro. And I know, because I know a lot of listeners might not be aware right now, but you are my younger brother, just for anyone that is unaware of that. But I know that you had a big phase of punk and emo culture for a while there. Do you think that that's really helped you with your style?
Definitely. Like I've been leaning a lot more towards the distorted bass lines lately, just because I like how it sounds. It fills up that little bit of extra. And I mean, the punk stuff is kind of hard to incorporate into something like trap music. Like, it's not possible. People do it, but it's a very new kind of thing as well. And I'm not sure New Zealanders anyway is quite ready for that, but they might be.
Yeah, you've got like a real kind of punk trap crossed with a whole bunch of muddy southern trill style going on there. Yeah. It's almost like organized chaos listening to it, but man, it slaps so hard. Like
It's like pulling up to a Pimp C concert, but they're blasting Black Flag through the speakers, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
that's actually a real dope analogy. I'm sure Pimp C wouldn't have been too upset with some shit like that. He would have been too leaned out to really care.
Yeah, RIP Pimp C. But it's like, I like the chaos side of it, but I also like to make, you know, nice gentle stuff as well sometimes. But
yeah, where do you find inspiration for your gentler style?
Shit, man, like, you really?
Really?
every time I make some mellow shit, it's usually for you. Yeah. And like it's back when you used to live in Hastings, I remember you'd sit there with me and we'd pick out the sample and shit like that. And that's where I when I do stuff like that, I look to producers like Static Selector or On God, or like, you know, people like Toby Ngwe. His production is really cool.
Yeah, he's got a lot of like real hard, heavy hitting stuff while being melodic and like gentle. Yeah. So as well as that, you're also the other half of this 41Twenty shit that you and I have going on, bro. But I know that I jumped onto the waka after you started rowing it as far as that goes. What was your push for wanting to have something like that?
For like coming up with the 4120 thing?
Yeah.
Well, like back then, I didn't really know a lot of musicians outside of say like you and Dime kind of stuff, like rap wise anyway. But I knew there were a lot of cats in Hastings and Napier and Hawke's Bay in general that would out with the shit, but they had no one to make beats. So I was like, fuck it, I want to learn how to make beats. Because I also remember that being your chief complaint is you had bars for days, but no beats kind of thing.
Yeah, you were definitely more patient behind a desk than I was, man.
Yeah, man, like I still like to go back to listen to the old shit just to see like how shit I was compared to like now. Like I'm not anything special now, but back then it's like, man, I don't even have a sense of rhythm. My snares are all over the place. There's like random hi-hats here and there.
Yeah,
but,
bro.
The 4120 thing, like it just came about because I was like, I need a dope-ass name if I'm going to produce, you know, like I can't be. I think for a while, what was I going under? It was like King Goodburger or some shit because I was working at Burger King back then.
Yeah, I still think that King Goodburger is a name that could definitely use a bit of resurgence. That's a dope-ass name, bro.
But like, the 4120 thing just came around because I was like, I know motherfuckers in Hastings love to put on for Hastings. Like, you take someone from Hastings to Auckland, they tell everyone they see where they're from. Like,
you don't have to actually ask if anyone's from Hawke's Bay or Hastings. They will actually tell you.
Bro.
Yeah, I've noticed that leaking out of me a bit while I've been living down here.
Shit.
Hey?
you can talk about some irrelevant shit. Someone from Hastings like, yeah, but I'm from fucking Hastings.
Yeah, bro, that's like this one time up in Hastings. Yeah, for sure, bro. But I think it's just that people, for some reason, have this weird, damn, son, you got that black lung. What's going on?
Yeah, no. I've been sick for the last week or so. I'm just getting right now.
Oh, I've been chaffing darts while trying to get better or nah?
I've been off the darts, bro. I haven't been smoking darts.
Oh, well, maybe that's it. You need to get back on the darts and then you'll be back to normal. I reckon. Yeah, man, your body's just telling you to... Yeah, the doctor, Dr. Alan Wright will be sitting there like, hell yeah, bro, you need to punch a couple more of those cancer sticks into your system. But I digress a bit, bro. So, as well as the production, how are you finding? Because I really love having you along to hype man me at gigs, bro. And I think it's because you've got that punk background. How do you find being on stage and commanding it in a different way to what you were used to back in the day?
It's cool, man. Like, it's really fucking cool being the hype man because you don't really got to do shit. Like, it's the best. Like, because the other dude, he's doing all the heavy lifting on the job. You're just there to make him look good, you know?
Yeah.
But it's cool, man. Like, you get on stage and you just like, the minutes leading up to actually getting on the stage are the fucking worst. Like, when you're sitting there waiting to go up, that sucks. Like, you just want to fucking blow up. But like, once you're on there, I don't know, like, the music starts and I get the sense of familiarity and I know where I'm at kind of thing. And then it just kind of... The last time we played, I think at Paisley,
yeah,
I don't even really remember what happened. I just kind of let myself do my own thing. And it kind of worked. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like... It's cool too because it's like... When you've got the guy that's rapping, you know, everyone's watching him, but you got the guy on the side backing him up and he's trying to get the crowd to move and he's trying to move that. And it's fucking cool because they respond to that. You know, it's like herding sheep in a sense.
Yeah, hard, bro. You actually get it really well and you do such a good job hyping up and with the production. So as an MC, it's dope to have somebody on my team that is what's the word I want? Moldable to what I'm doing. You just get down and you see what mahi needs to be done and you get in there and do it with no qualms whatsoever.
Yeah. It's at the end of the day, the hip hop thing. Like I never expected it to get to this point. You know, we would be playing shows and shit. So it's fucking cool. Like it's really cool, and like just seeing how people react to it. You know, people we went to school with and shit. They're like, I see people at the pub and shit. And they're like, bro, I heard that beat you made for your brother. It's like dope, blah blah blah. Like, and I'm like,
it's crazy, eh?
And I'm like, man, like it's fucking. Cheers. I never know how to react to it kind of thing when people are like that.
Yeah, it is nuts. Hey, look, I'm going to have to wrap this up, bro. Have you got anything that you wanted to add before we signed off?
Not really, man. Make sure you drink plenty of water every day. eat at least one vegetable, stop eating fast food all the goddamn time, learn how to cook for yourself.
And 41Twenty in this bitch.
Yeah, and taste things all day, even though I live in Havelock.
Yeah, hard, bro. Alright, stay up, bro. Love you big time. Cheer, cuz.
Alright, man, much love, brother.
Setting the scene with Matua Prof.